Ready?
Yeah!
This is the Brick City Antics Podcast. It's your boy Sam Bricks.
It's your boy Twizzy Rex.
And Jimmy Hustle.
And welcome to another episode.
Number 8.
Episode 8, yes, let's get it. Hopefully everybody's feeling good. Everybody's doing all right on this September 11th. Rest in peace to those that lost their lives.
Absolutely.
What was that? How many years ago was that?
19
years ago? God damn, man. I remember where I was when that happened.
I was in school.
I was in school too.
Belmont Ryan down in North.
Equipment.
That's 2001.
2001.
I think...
You was in Guyana.
I wasn't in this country. Yeah, I wasn't even in this country.
Shaq was reading about it in the news.
No, I wasn't reading about it. I was standing. To be honest, the image I have of it, I was standing by the living room door, and my mother had the TV on, and I'm watching the tower was on fire, and I'm like, what is happening? But I can't comprehend what that is. 2001, I'm like, I left my country in like 02, 03 probably. So I'm like 6 years old when that happens.
That's like the first grade for me.
Yeah.
I was 9.
First grade for me.
Yeah. So
I just remember,
then I'm like 7, 8 maybe.
As serious as it was at the time, of course, I didn't know.
Of course, ain't nobody know. We
but
kids.
like they rushing everybody to the basement of the school, and then the kids just started crying like, it's dust in my throat. I'm like, it's not funny, but it's like
it's not funny.
Meanwhile, across the board, there people really got dust in their throat. Like
we know, we not even near it. Like, come on,
like
dust in my throat. Shorty, if you don't go sit down, it's dust in my throat.
But yeah, man, that's real tragic moment. So definitely rest in peace to the lives. Remembering those that we all lost 9 years ago.
2,996 lives.
Wow, that's a lot. You know what's crazy about that? I remember looking at the magazines and I saw like people jumping.
Yeah, I saw
But they
videos.
took pictures of it. People literally jumping because the jet fuel fire was so hot in the building that they couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So they needed a quick way out. So I'm literally young as hell looking at the magazines of people like literally in the sky. There's literally still photographs in the sky.
That's
I was just
they jumped to the death.
That's a crazy way to. That's a crazy way.
Yeah,
It
man.
is.
Like that's just
Speaking of that, let me ask y'all a question. If you had to choose 3 ways, which 3 ways would it be?
to go.
To punch that ticket.
Honestly,
If God said, "I'm giving you your choice,"
I wouldn't choose.
You wouldn't choose. But I'm just saying,
why you wouldn't
can't
choose?
Because I wouldn't want to be decisive in that factor. I would want it to.
You could choose how not to do it. Like you could choose how not to go.
Not even.
So you just could surprise me.
in a sense, like you can't.
I got mine.
One can't comprehend that, and so that's such a real concept. So I would just say, let it be. Because I couldn't decide how I would be born or what my life would be like when I was born. I couldn't decide who I was born into, where my status was. I couldn't decide that. So why would I want to decide? You know what I'm saying?
Because that's one thing you can decide.
I would just let it be. I wouldn't decide. I wouldn't choose.
I respect it. What would be your...
Old age.
Obviously, everybody gonna want to say old age. They want the easy way out.
I want to go old. Or the second way, in my sleep, painless.
That's number 1 for me.
Painless.
Oh
you don't feel
you ain't gonna be mad.
Y'all
ain't gonna be mad.
You can't wake up dead.
Yeah, like what I'm saying. Like, but in the after you look at yourself like, look at you. You have.
Long as you ain't long as you ain't go with your mouth open and no socks on.
And also, whatever you die with in your sleep, that's your ghost clothes. So whatever you did,
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, dog.
Alright, so now you gonna be in shorts and for the rest of your afterlife. Like you really want to be rocking that for the rest of
It is what it is.
Like, yo, come on, man.
What's the last one? Old age, sleep.
After I get a good one off.
That's my second one.
That's
my second one.
And you bust a nut, like
after I get a good one off,
or in the motion, you know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Yes,
yo, go out with you on top. You feel me?
Straight on top, man.
I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the same boat though. Sleep. Getting some action
really
done.
pisses me off because they be like, yo, imagine the next day, your girl got big ass plans for you. Like, yo, we about to get a hotel. I'm about to tear that shit up to, I'm about
That's why you live
and
every
next
day
thing,
like it's your last.
nah, but this tomorrow is some special shit.
But tomorrow's never guaranteed.
It's not, but you planned this shit the night before. You don't got to fit together the max and do rag. You don't have to lay down.
They gonna lay you down in it for real. Like, they gonna
the next thing you just not wake up and just say fuck it. You ain't gonna have this day. You're not in the afterlife like.
Hey, it is what it is.
I was
man.
really like, you ain't gonna be mad as hell. Like
you gonna be mad, but hey, man, it is what it is. That's how you want, man.
So I figured mine would be sleep, some action, and the third one gotta be like something.
What's the one thing you want to do? One thing you want to do that would excite you before you go.
You want to do?
Yeah, that would excite you. That you will knock your socks off. One thing you want to do before you go.
So you talking like bucket list?
Yeah. Well, what's the top of that bucket list?
Whoo! I don't know.
Me neither. I really don't know. I never thought about that.
I gotta.
Y'all have nothing.
I gotta be with like the baddest of the baddest, eating the best meal ever, about to do the worst things ever.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
So you just got single, and that opportunity will present itself.
The baddest of the bad. Look,
and
we go.
And I mean, let's just say you single, you out. Let's say you're out in New York at one of the finest restaurants, one of the finest buffets.
Yeah,
New York
BBQs.
Yeah,
BBQs.
Yeah.
Yo, give me some.
Matter of fact, you just got single, but you just won a $500 voucher for BBQs.
Yo, give me mad sticky wings. Give me a bucket of sauce.
Exactly. And it's a Saturday night. We all going and all the homies like, yo, we coming through about to take BBQs.
Give me beef friend from Atlanta.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And then that night before you don't wake up.
You know what I'm talking about? Beef friend from Atlanta.
And then that night before you don't wake up. Exactly.
Hey yo, run that
exactly. Like, you know, he pissed us out. Like, yo, God,
I see what he did.
He made us try to
like
and get
the best thing ever.
And then you don't wake up. You waiting for that day night before. So you don't
clever nigga.
So now they at BBQ's like, what happened to the guy with the $500 voucher? He never showed up. Like, yeah, because he done. Like, he out of here. Like,
he wanted us to live it up in his honor.
I'm just saying, like, that would really piss me off.
He
like,
really just got you hyped so he could
that's what I'm saying. Y'all really talking about.
But that can happen at any point.
It could.
You can go home and it can be over with.
Yeah, but that's not in your sleep.
Imagine, imagine just one and you go.
In some instances, because no one goes to sleep thinking I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow.
But sometimes
people go to wake up, right?
But sometimes it happens.
Yeah, but you're saying.
I read a story about somebody won the lottery, and they went just right after that they won the lottery.
So he probably still excited. But check this out. My thing is, if you're walking around living, in your mind consciously, you know some shit can go down and that could be it for you.
Yeah.
And you're walking around, you know anything can happen. But you don't go to bed like, I might not wake up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
It's happened before.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't go to bed thinking that. You go to bed expecting to wake up.
When you're walking outside, you never think, all right, this might be my last
But in your mind, you know that it's a possibility.
When you go to sleep, you know it could be a possibility. Hey, I'll go to sleep.
That possibility never leave your mind, King.
But how many people are thinking of possibility? Like, people that are not going to bed. People are not going to bed thinking like, yo, I might not wake up tomorrow. But people are leaving the house thinking like, yo, some shit can go down today.
This is why you pray.
Different mindsets, man.
So that's what I'm saying. So you going to bed, you're expecting to wake up. You're looking forward to the next day. Yo, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
It could be the same thing when you walking outside. Everybody expecting to return home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In a way,
this is why you pray before you go to bed.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying.
I appreciate the day I've got to live.
The act of surprise overnight is a little more. It's a little more daunting than just like the everyday shit. Like overnight, it just hits you. Like you don't even know it hit you. It just got you.
No, I mean you know it hit you, cause you ain't.
Yo, yeah, you know exactly.
How I know?
Yeah.
Oh, let me roll up.
My shoulder ain't moving.
My shoulder hurt.
Yeah. That's some funny style shit right there.
It's crazy though, but
I don't know.
You know, it's just some lighthearted to think about. Well, not lighthearted, but you know, just
put it into consideration.
Yeah, because I don't think people talk about it like that
at all.
There's nobody. You'll never like be walking past a group of people and hear that as a conversation. So.
Yeah, it's not unless you like playing GTA or some shit. They have random conversations like that in GTA. Like you walk by the pedestrians and you just hear some random shit.
Oh yeah, don't even about to get it.
Yeah, you know, like that. It just gets wild like that.
2K conversations, where's that?
Wait, what?
The 2K conversations, where's that?
What you mean?
Niggas talk about everything in 2K lobby.
Oh, and like playing the game?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about in GTA, like the pedestrian, like the in.
Like, you know,
the characters
walking past.
Yeah, you ever listen? You ever stop and listen?
Yeah. They be talking about some wild shit.
It makes no sense at all. It just comes out like out of the blue, just like that.
It'd be random.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, but
Oh, but wait, hold on. Yo, 6ix9ine hit us up for an interview, right? We turned him down. Like we don't condone ratting. Like we
good on
good.
that.
Real street niggas.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead over there, bro. You straight over here.
We tolerating the mice, the mice trap over here, like.
Nah, no mice.
But speaking about rappers though, so Tory Lanez sent a text to Meg The Stallion saying that he was drunk.
He was too drunk.
Yeah, with the whole situation of him shooting her. What y'all make of that?
I think it's...
That's a sucker move.
Yeah, sucker
It is.
Straight sucker move. Me personally...
I ain't never told you I want to shoot somebody.
Me personally, if that... Instead of
Shoot
texting
the club
her,
up.
that should be a face-to-face conversation they have.
That's one.
That should be a
So you
face-to-face
think that texting her was
off
low?
the rip.
But you got to think like this. He go over there to Meg. Somebody gonna slide.
Hey,
Somebody gonna slide.
Hey,
Just off principle.
Hey, man,
Somebody got to slide him.
It's consequences of what you do.
That's true.
You think if he go over there, is he gonna hold that? Somebody slide, he gonna hold that?
He gonna have to, man.
That nigga gonna get shot in their foot. like I don't think Tory is the guy to hold some shit like that. His demeanor is very arrogant, prideful.
That's that Toronto stuff.
I mean,
It's crazy.
shit, that's just how it is. But I don't think getting drunk and shooting somebody is.
I don't justify
Yeah,
it.
it don't
It's not
justify it
an
at
excuse.
all.
There's
It's
nothing
not-
you could say unless Meg had a gun to your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way you could justify it. And even
Why are you even pulling a gun out on a woman?
that's
first
a
place.
sucker. This is a sucker.
Yeah,
You're
like-
a sucker for that, and that makes me
And then-
so angry because you know how I feel
like,
about the
you,
nigga.
You gotta
Yeah.
think
So,
about
man.
this too. Like, if he got drunk and did that, imagine all his other drunk nights. What the fuck-
No, he
what
done
the fuck
had
he
all
do?
them other drunk nights,
Like,
but
what the fuck he
but
did
he ain't
all the
shoot
other
nobody.
drunk
Was he pulling guns on all the drunk
yeah,
nights?
yeah, like other
But I
drunk
mean,
nights.
yeah,
Like,
okay, but you know, this would be the time. Like when this happened, right? You know how the world played. Media, women who've been with, like, say for instance, like all the women from his past, right?
Mm.
They see him shoot Meg. Then it goes, oh, I remember a time when he did this. I remember, like, there was no stories of that.
But it just takes one person to
Trickle the effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Meg was the thing. So it's supposed to be a trickle down effect of like, okay, well, I remember when Tory did this. I remember it was none of that. So I feel like he don't normally do that, but
Some of it might be a little bit false. You can't always go off for everything.
that's
Some
true.
of it might
but-
be a little false.
That's
Some might
true,
be
but
lying.
some of it, you know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah,
Well, to an extent, you know what's real and what's fake. But I just feel like at the end of the day, he a sucker for this. He's a sucker for this.
Yeah, I don't condone that.
You don't text nobody. You be a
At
man.
all.
You be a
Like,
man.
first
And go
you
to
set
her.
it up.
Get
You set
punched
it
in your
up.
face.
You
Get
set it
punched
up.
in your face
Hold
for
that
that.
up.
Get beat up. Get shot in the leg.
Stopped up.
And apologize.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? You
And
gotta
then
do
make
that.
it public.
But then,
Like
like,
a public apology.
Live yourself.
To her and her
Live.
fine.
Stream
to her.
live.
Yeah.
Crawl into her house. Nigga, go to the bottom of the freaking, where the street is, and crawl up to her
But
house.
even on that token though, with what's been going, I can not to play devil's advocate, I can understand it's a lot of pressure on him because now the
But
public, everybody's turning against him. I can understand that.
If you're gonna do the phone thing, why not call her? Why text her? If you're gonna take the phone route, call her.
But not even call. What he said, show up to the door. Like, show up.
That's,
Make it.
That's like the first thing that you gotta do.
And
No matter
then
what.
again, she might not even want to see him.
That may be true.
That's for
that
sure.
may
That's
be
done.
true.
That's
Yeah.
done.
But,
I don't think she ever
but
gonna
he's
see
still
that nigga.
like, if he gonna apologize, he still gotta do that somewhat face to face, or if she doesn't, of course she's not gonna see him face to face. He gotta do the public apology.
Yeah.
That should have
Apologize behind closed doors.
Apologize
is
to
nothing.
her first behind closed doors. Then publicly apologize. Then do whatever else it takes to climb out of this hole, which is gonna be a long.
But even at that,
fight,
though,
but-
his apology wasn't even really an apology. It's like I was just too drunk.
Yeah,
That's not
at
even
all.
a-
That-
Right, that's
he,
making
he,
an
he
excuse.
just explaining what happened once and why he did it.
That makes it matter worse.
It makes it real worse. Like, so you drunk and you just decide to shoot people?
Yeah. Yeah.
It just makes the matter worse, and he just.
And I mean, not to overlook the fact. Glad that she's alive and well, but that could have been. Imagine
could have been deadly.
Yeah, and now with 2020 would just rolling.
Right, Meg The Stallion dead.
Yeah,
from you being drunk.
A fucking dickhead. Like that'd have been a wild headline to be reading. Like,
in the words of somebody, just a straight doof.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that was some clown shit from him. I heard that he lost over 200K followers on Instagram because of that.
I just seen that.
He went for like what 10 million followers, like 9.2. It's just that ain't enough.
No. He went from 10.1 mil to 9.9 mil.
Yeah, that ain't enough.
No.
Like that's not.
Yeah, but I mean.
But then again, whatever. I don't know. His streams also plummeted. So I guess I understand.
A little bit, not a lot. A little bit, not a lot.
Okay.
He's saying he said there's some cap to like him losing out on a lot of streams.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he got time to talk about that.
Oh, so he got time to talk. Oh,
right.
wow.
Sucker, just a sucker.
He in the blogs and the comments.
Is he in Canada right now?
I don't think so. You can't lead us.
I think he was deported back to Canada, right?
You can't lead a country when you under investigation.
He wasn't deported.
Right?
No, wasn't he before? Prior to this, he had an issue where he was being sent.
He was locked up. He made bail. You can't. You can't leave.
No, he can't leave.
So he's
in the
probably
United States somewhere.
He somewhere house arrest. Something.
I don't know, man. That's wild to me, man. But
they working in the shadows on that.
But
anyway,
do you think another
really
reason why he not talking? Maybe his lawyer told him don't say nothing.
I mean, that's the first thing a lawyer gonna say anyway.
Yeah, but you know damn well this not how that works.
I don't think a lawyer can stop you from apologizing though.
Yeah,
I think that's something he can do.
They can.
Hopefully he.
And she didn't file any charges against him, to my knowledge.
Not that I know of.
And
so what did he get a lawyer for?
That's crazy. Like she's still a queen for that.
Yeah.
This
not
nigga shot me, and you know what I'm saying?
I've been with that girl.
She got some brownie points for that.
Yeah,
she got some points.
She got all my brownie points, like.
Yeah, but that's for a different reason. Sicko. Look at the ooze coming.
No, I just love Meg The Stallion. I just love that girl, man. I love her. I love Cash Dog. Like they're amazing. But
why you love her?
The beautiful black woman.
That's all he got to say, huh?
That's all there is.
Beautiful that's all he gonna say. That's not all he got to say.
BBW, beautiful black woman.
So anyway,
like what y'all want me to say? Like y'all trying to incriminate me or some shit like that?
Nah, that ain't that. But it's just like be real with yourself, King.
I am being real.
That ain't what you really want to say.
Why?
You know why?
I don't know. I know that's why I love them.
Sure.
But moving on though. So what's up with this whole Joe Budden situation?
Which part of it?
Well, you're more up to date. I came across the whole thing with him, the backlash he's been facing from people before turning down the Spotify deal.
Right. So you know why he turned down the deal?
Probably, if I had to take a wild guess, because of content ownership.
You're in the right ballpark.
Financial reasons, them not getting paid enough.
You're in the right ballpark.
Them trying to lowball them. Kind of maybe shadow them out as like not being one of those pioneers of podcasting, acting like they're not there.
Right.
That's my ballpark right there. And then also Charlamagne the God. Now I don't really know so much about what Charlamagne the God said.
But it's like when you really think about it, we know how Charlamagne the God is. What? So you can pretty much figure like Charlamagne probably said something like, "Oh, you know, Joe, you done for not taking possibly the best deal of your life," or something like that.
Sometimes it's not all about the money.
So break it down. What was the deal? What was the deal he turned down?
I mean, they was throwing some millions at him for a contract for a couple more years up under them, but it's not worth it. They didn't see his value from the rip.
Yeah.
And they treated him like dirt from the rip. And now that they see the potential and the growth of like the Joe Budden podcast,
now they want to compensate him.
Yeah, now they want to, but it's like it's too late.
Yeah.
Y'all had y'all times to show me. Like,
so, with that being said, does he have another alternative to this?
He definitely, he does. He
chose
it. He left.
If you turn it down, episodes. No, you got to have something that you fall back on.
They got 3 episodes left.
He
said September 23rd. He's announcing where he's going to be now streaming his podcast from, and I feel like that's a good move for him because like Spotify got some nerve to tell Joe Budden and his team what they worth when they didn't even know the worth of Joe Budden and the podcasting business. You can't do that.
You know, I was listening to some interviews this morning. I was listening to this roundtable discussion of actors this morning, and they were talking about how when they shop shows, and they pitch shows to these television executives, how they're like, yeah, you know, it sounds nice, but what if the guy was maybe an architect, or what if it was a woman instead, or what if it was a black guy?
That's exactly what Spotify is doing.
And I think I correlated that to like the whole thing with like when rappers are shopping albums to record labels as well too, and these label execs to be like, it sounds good, but maybe you should get this person to feature on it or maybe you should tone down the political.
Like what
do these people that sit in the office and write these checks know about the craft that's being created? That's making them rich.
They don't.
I never understood that. Like, how can you tell me what to do with my craft or how to create my craft or what my craft needs
for my audience? Like,
yes,
I know what
when
they
all
want
you
and
do
what
is
they
write
need.
the check. What do you know? 9 times out of 10, they don't even have any experience in the field. They just happen to be
They don't. They just got money.
So it's like, what do you know? I never understood that concept. It's like, how can you tell me what I need or what I am or what I'm worth when I've been doing this? I came out the womb doing this.
Right.
I never got that.
That's Joe Budden's point to in certain words. That's his point. And Charlamagne the God just, you know, he picked on him for that. And it's like, you don't even understand. The type of battle Joe Budden is fighting is one completely different from what everybody is speculating. Mm-hmm. So because they're not getting that, it caused this big old tiff. And it's like, Joe Budden says something where it's like, you work for iHeartRadio. I own my podcast. I own all my content. I own all of this. And I'm like, that's interesting. Because now it's like, is it bad to be in a partnership versus owning your own?
It depends what that partnership is giving you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, I mean,
I feel like a partnership makes sense if you still retain the rights to your stuff. If they're giving you creative
control,
control, full creative control at that, you're still retaining the rights to your stuff, and it's more so a partnership where there's a beneficiary on both ends, one that doesn't suppress or lock down the creator or the artist. I feel like that's fine. But if it's something that kind of like ties your hand as a creator, as an artist, as an individual, I don't think that makes sense. If it's one that kind of takes away the ownership of your own content, I don't think that makes sense.
Right, so it'll be
not this day and age, at least.
It'll be smarter to just build your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I mean, it's like.
But my thing is also, I want to know what this other deal is.
What other deal? What Joe Budden did? We gotta wait to find out. We don't know. If we don't know, but obviously it's Joe's still in the driver's seat, navigating what he wants for his podcast. He still owns all his stuff. He's just trying to make sure, like, Spotify wanted to put commercials in the podcast. Like, no, I don't. He say he don't want to ruin the listener's experience with commercials.
The reason they want to put the commercials in there because they get paid off of them.
I know.
So they're trying to make more money by putting commercials on his podcast platform.
And he don't want that.
I don't blame him.
And that's brilliant when you are the owner. You can say that. And you know, versus a partnership is like it might have to.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Might have to.
Being that we don't know what this other deal is, though. However, my thing is it incomprehensible and completely out of the table to maybe negotiate terms with Spotify now that they see his work? Maybe negotiate terms with them, whereas he can now dictate what he wants.
It's out of the question. Before you even finish, it's out.
Why?
It's out because you gotta.
Because now they see his value.
Yeah, they see it now.
Yeah, they didn't see it then.
You gotta understand when Joe Budden was starting out, they offered Amy Schumer the deal they should have offered Joe Budden, right? So already off rip, you disrespected me because you didn't trust that I could do what I say I can do for you.
Which is guaranteed when you're a black creator.
She flopped. They didn't. They shut down Spotify first episode, right? And then like you just follow the timeline of things. Joe Budden they was working on holidays, no bonuses, no extra pay, no nothing. Joe Budden they wanted to take a vacation time, some vacation. It's not easy doing what they do. They celebrities, so they, you know what I'm saying? They pod like what, 2 or 3 times a week. Content every day, stuff to talk about every day, every week, 2 or 3 hours at a time. Spotify still didn't give him nothing.
Okay.
Joe Budden's father gets sick, COVID-19. He still got to record. His son born. I'm jumping back and forth. His son is born. He still got to record. Christmas comes. You still got to record. Like, they didn't do nothing to keep me around. Why would I stay for that? That's like where we work at now. If you staying, you gonna renegotiate or you leaving?
Well,
Let's be real.
I get that, but I also think if now they see what I'm worth, because now they understand. I feel like now the ball. Now I can play the trump card. Now I can play my cards. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll stick around, but here's what we're gonna do. Cause y'all need me. I get you didn't see my work in the beginning, and that's expected. I understand that, but now y'all need me. So if y'all want me to stick around, here's what I need. Now I'm putting my deals on the table, and I'm gonna make it more to my liking.
But maybe he don't feel that way because he feels as though what he got now is bigger than the opportunity that's
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to see. I hope it is, because let's be very real. Spotify is the biggest, one of the, if not biggest streaming platforms out there. Mm-hmm. When you compare it, but not okay. To be real, for podcasts, it is primarily number one. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We don't know about Tidal. Tidal doesn't have that notoriety as far as podcasting. Google Podcast doesn't have that, and I don't know of any other network that does. Spotify's leading that training.
They're leading
so
the charge,
let's be real. They have a shit ton of resources and amount of connections and network that's beneficial. You don't want to ignore that. So now I get that you want to go to another, and quite frankly, maybe yes, your fans will follow and they'll go ahead. But however, that notoriety and that representation on the biggest platform in the world has now been switched. There is going to be a shift in certain stuff that might be useful. That's a risk factor right there.
But let me cut you off there. The perfect example would be Colin Kaepernick, right? Mm-hmm. He's on one of the biggest platforms in the world, football, the biggest stage of them all, and he still walked away from all that.
That's different.
That's
very different.
Sometimes
it's different, but it's like the principle of it. The principle of it. It don't
know your worth.
I know my worth. Mm-hmm. I believed in me from the start. Mm-hmm. Just because you believe in me now, don't mean I'm supposed to roll over and all right now.
Yeah, that's not what it means. Though. That's what I'm saying. Now that you see my work, sometimes it's best to use the own shit that they threw at you against them. And if someone were gonna throw some shit at me, and now I have the opportunity to build it back up and maybe use it against them, that I wouldn't throw it out the window completely.
Right. So that's what I'm asking you. Your job. We work in the same company. You get ready to leave, right? Mm-hmm. And they say, Shaq, we can't lose you. Tell us what you want and we'll make it happen. You gonna do that and stay? I never say I would, but that I wouldn't throw it out. That possibility would be very real. And there's a 70 to 80% chance that I'll be like, okay, cool, it's what I want. Because now I get to negotiate my terms. But I wouldn't negotiate nothing. I'm leaving because I know what I brought to the table. Mm-hmm. I put in a lot of years at this company. You know what I'm saying? I've done everything you can do for this company that's allowed that you can do for this company. And it's not worth it in the end. It's not worth it. Like
it's not worth it unless you can make it worth it. Is what I'm trying to say. Unless I can take what I want from you and make it worth it for me. Like all the shit that I have to deal with, if I can somehow twist that and now decline now from some of that and still provide more work to myself, I kind of think I would.
I feel like I'm bigger than that, and I would walk.
And that's understandable. But sometimes being bigger than that means that, okay, this is my work. This is what I want to get from y'all now. Because at the end of the day, they know your work. Now they've known your work. They've realized it. Whether you go or not, they still realize that. That's the given factor right there. Right.
Sometimes you get tired of that though. Like, why should it take this long for you to know my worth when I've been trying to push that to you from the beginning?
Let's be real. That's a life thing. No one is going to look at you instantly and be like, not everyone's looking at you and be like, you're worth something. You have to expect people to come in and look at you and be like, I think I'm gonna use you for a little while and probably shit on you. You gotta expect that. You gotta expect that.
But it's like you're not gonna shit on me forever. Like if I can prove to you within a year that I'm what I back up everything I'm telling you, I do, and you see that within that year, you can't see it.
They either they see it or they don't, but they might choose not to. You can't dictate what they perceive as.
That's
you
true.
Really can't.
That's true. But and also, you see my worth now, and now you wanna tell me what you want, and we can make it happen. This next company. They coming in the door telling me that, and I can grow from there.
That's different.
I can grow from there. Why even bother with y'all? I've been through enough.
That's why I say. That's why I say. This is Sunday. I will wait. I will weigh it out. Let me see what I have here. I will weigh it out. If I know I'm getting this more here regardless, I'm gonna go ahead. But if I know that there's a possibility that I can use this leverage to make this bag more heavier than this bag right here, what do you think I'm gonna do?
I mean, obviously you're gonna do that. But
exactly.
Not me. I feel like if I've hold myself out to you enough, and you still ain't make me your bottom piece.
The hell with you.
I'm good.
I think understandably that's about that's more so about.
Please cut your flashlight off.
I didn't even realize it was on. That's more so about integrity. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about being having some sort of integrity, and I respect that. I don't know. I just think that some wise person said, have integrity, but also be smarter. Like never don't throw. Always try to see how best you can gain the extra leverage. Never completely
I get that.
scale anything out. Always find a way to get what you want.
I can't do it. Me personally, I just can't do it because it's like, again. Yo, I've stretched myself thin for y'all.
Okay.
Time and time again.
No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? And I get where Joe Budden coming from. Like, he's literally put things on the back, like life things. These like after I'm a after Spotify, I'm a father. I'm this, I'm that. I'm putting all of that important stuff on hold just to talk on a podcast. Like,
yeah, I get it, man.
That's just not enough for me.
I just want to look at the bag. I want to see what this other deal is. But I think.
But sometimes it's not all about the money though.
It's not.
What if the money at Spotify is greater than the opportunity he got now? But the opportunity he got now, it let him ventures out more. Let him.
Just more control.
More control. The shit he want to do for like you said, his father had COVID. If that happened to come around again, he know he has that time that he can step away for that.
But here's my thing:
Christmas, his son's birthdays, and stuff like that.
This new company or opportunity, you're going into a new environment and a fresh in the door, and you don't know how much leverage and power you now have. In a fresh company?
Yes, you might. But they've seen my work. They seen my work.
Yeah, but
they know what's up with me.
What if they give him? But what if that's one thing that they offer him off the rip? Though?
That's what I'm saying. It could be a thing, but now it could be true that they've now pushed for more. But now also all those things you just listed, now you can leverage against Spotify. And possibly even more. Because now, why can you do that? Because now they see it. Now they're begging at your feet. So now you have the ability to leverage that, or maybe even more.
It's just crazy to me.
It is, but I mean,
no, they let Joe Rogan come in. They bought Joe Rogan out for 100 M's.
Now you can. That's what I'm saying. Now you can leverage with them.
But I'm pretty sure the bag they was offering wasn't nowhere near.
You don't know. But I'm saying it sounds like he maybe just like, yo, fuck it, I don't even want to hear anything else. Instead of maybe saying, well, Joe Rogan got 100 M's. I want 100. Right,
but see, this is Joe Rogan stepping into Spotify. Joe Rogan ain't been in Spotify. You get what I'm saying?
What I'm saying.
So he don't know what it's like in year 5 of Spotify, like Joe Budden.
So now, as Joe Budden, now you can leverage that.
I get you, or you could be like, I've leveraged enough. I've done enough. That's it.
It could be that. I'm done. I just don't think that you should throw that completely. That's all.
I respect him for walking away. That's just like Dave Chappelle. Like you could. It's brave. It's good. It's cool to walk away from a big bag if it's not in line with your morals and your principles.
We don't know. It's a lot of contemporaries that go into that. So
what?
The whole situation. Let's not make it solely about money. But I do get the Dave Chappelle thing was a whole different ballgame.
Money it was the same thing. Creative control. Them telling Dave Chappelle what he should be doing and what he can't do.
It had some racism in there too.
Okay, what you think Spotify ain't got?
No, I get what I'm saying. Let's not just make it about money. Let's not say that.
No, I'm just saying, like,
that's a big factor.
That they think that throwing the money at us is what's going to keep us. No, they don't know our integrity is bigger than that. Our heart, what we feel, our morals is bigger than that. So now you can't throw the bag at me and just expect me to. All right, since you.
So now I'm gonna throw back this other bag. This is the deal with you. You want that bag? Double that bag up and give me what I want.
Okay, but this company over here, Company B,
might be doing it.
We doing all that. We giving you all that off.
What's what I'm saying?
With room to negotiate for more in the near future.
That's what I'm saying. So, yes, possibly. But how big is this company compared to Spotify? The biggest in the world. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Who knows? It could be. It could be some niggas in the basement.
The next brand that's bigger than Spotify is Apple Podcasts.
Well, maybe it's that then. We don't know.
For podcasting, it is.
Maybe.
Yeah. They run second.
So that's what I'm saying. So like my thing is, if it's not something on par with that, I think he might have taken an L. No. I think he might have taken an L.
Hey man, if they offered him the right thing, then I don't see it as an L.
Obviously, but if it's not on par with Spotify, as far as everything they have to offer and possibly more, he might have taken an L. That's just my thing.
He could be starting up his own network.
Yes.
He could be. Look, he did say.
But you can also use that as a leverage against Spotify to set up your own network as well too. Well, this is what I'm saying. You can use this opportunity.
I get what you're saying. I literally get what you're saying. Like everything I can say that this new company could be doing, you could say that it could be used as leverage with Spotify.
Yeah,
but it also
the biggest, not just for the biggest.
But that don't matter to somebody who don't care. That don't matter to a person who know what they offer.
It's not an L though. Maybe he got exactly what he wanted from it.
Yeah, maybe he didn't.
It could be considered an L for us, but maybe it's a W for him because he went out on his terms of how he wanted to instead of, they want to do this for me now, so now I should listen to them and renegotiate and do things like that. Maybe he's fed up with the shit.
Maybe so, but I think if you fed up and they not realizing work, then fed them up.
Maybe he just don't want to do all that.
Well,
maybe he just say fuck it.
I just take my ball and go home. It is the biggest platform in the world, and I think that might in some way be a loss. Either way,
might be a W for him.
Either way,
you never know.
I rub my do-rag to that man. You feel me? Because I just feel like that's gangster to me. I respect that.
It's a good approach regarding integrity. I acknowledge
going
that.
Going out on his principles.
Yeah. I get it.
His principle is bigger than the bag or whatever they could offer. Yep. It's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? You should have offered this when I was telling you I was this. Yeah. Don't offer it now because I'm threatening to leave. That's just like what Burlington. Oh no, don't leave. Here, we'll give you $1 more. Well, since it's $1 more, I was out, but I'm gonna stick around for.
Well, no, but that's not leverage. That's just being a sucker. I mean, like negotiating. Like
he's not a sucker.
Make it $3 more. I want these certain days off and blah blah blah. That's like okay.
But now you wasn't in a position to negotiate there, but
that's what I'm saying. You get my point.
Yeah, no. I get that. I'm just saying like how they expect it to go, being the big company, not the fact that. About negotiating stuff. I'm just saying, like, the big company don't want to lose somebody that they see that they really be stretching thin. Mm. So let me see if I throw this at him, will he take it? Or if I throw this at him, will he take it? But when you standing on your own too, because that just it ain't what it is for you, then I respect that. All right,
we'll move on from that. So I got a question.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah. It's like a little personal one. I just want So I have this thing. And I asked the guys this earlier off air. Yeah. Some off air shit.
Yeah.
So it's some nigga shit. And so my thing is, how does one navigate this thing called love when it comes to regards of wanting a specific thing in somebody, and it's not what you want, but you don't want to go for it because you don't want to settle for less.
You don't want to settle for something that's not what you want.
Yeah, it's not what you want. So now you're flipping pages, and it's like, okay, now I don't like this. This doesn't work for me. Is that settling for less, or is that just being too picky? Like, not even being too picky, but being picky is understandable in some people. It's just being not want to put up with certain bullshit. But like, how does one say, I don't want to deal with this. I want this, what I have in my mind, and I'm going to aim for this, and I'm going to keep going until I get it.
I'm going to say to you that it's perfectly fine to have that mindset. All I'm going to say
However,
However, it is necessary for you to give these people their fair try. Like, let them prove to you that they are the things that you. Just because you don't see it right away, don't mean it ain't in there. Some of that stuff be buried down. Just like you broken looking for something, she could be the same way, and she don't want to give that up right away. It takes time, but like I said, you're not a patient person.
No. It ain't about. My thing is, if I get that maybe some things like that might be deep down, but even at that too, you might not be feeling that. There's a vibe you get off rip about certain stuff. There's a gut. We all have that gut feeling. We all have that vibe feeling like, yo, I can. I've been out on dates with women off the first, like, yo, this ain't gonna work. Can I just go home right now? Like, you get that gut feeling, you get that vibe.
You do, but sometimes, like I've had that before. Like,
there's no need to fight through a vibe.
You go out one date and it don't turn out the way you want, but you still talk to the person, and then down the line, shit starts to click for you.
But why does it not go the way you want that date?
I've been on.
Hey man, sometimes all first dates don't go as planned. They all don't go as planned.
You're a dummy if you think they do.
But see, you're talking about the date. You're not talking about the person.
No, I'm talking about the person, like that you're on a date with. All that shit don't always go as planned.
You know, a lot of that is
you go
a
there,
facade. Like, you put up this false sense of yourself just to.
I don't really have that
impress.
experience. I can't say I have that experience. I think in any situation I've been out with any woman, it's been pretty cool on my end. But I just read how the person interacts with me.
Now you overread.
No. I read it. Like, if someone's gonna agree to go out with you, that means that they're comfortable being in a situation where it's like, okay, I like this. I like this person enough to be eating around them, to sit and watch.
They don't even really eat around you. They don't. They do the.
but I know now. I've had some that ate around me.
I respect the ones that really do it.
Yeah, yo, bring the motherfucking wings through.
I know you think I'm about to be pretty, but I'm really about to get busy. Like, I respect those. But I mean, it's just it's different though. Like, you.
Everybody ain't like that though.
Nah, but
some people, like, they gotta really open up to you before they feel that comfortable. Right?
I've been on 2 bad dates before I got to the good date.
It be that way.
One person.
It be that way, deadass.
Like, this one chick, we went on a numerous amount of dates. Huh?
It be that way.
You said what? What's her name? Oh, man, that bitch. Say nah. Nah, I wouldn't do that. But, yeah, I like, the first 2 dates wasn't right, and I was feeling off about it. Like, I'm like, damn, maybe it's me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not feeling me, or is it her? Or, like, am I willing to not budge for this? Like, but then it's like, I'm being too tough, too strict. Like, let me loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Are you good over there? You good?
Yeah.
You dancing back there?
Chris Browning.
Yeah, I just. My thing is, like, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm picky. I'm just specific, and I want what I want.
You trying to find a 10 right away. You want
Not
your 10
even that.
You want your 10 to be a 10 off rip.
No.
You don't want a 7 to be the. You don't want a 7 to walk up to you. And then put in the work to be that.
I put the
10.
working on me, and I've been down that road of, like, settling. And
right, so what is it for you? Do you want the looks or do you want the vibe?
No, you obviously no. First of all, no one wants to be with somebody that's ugly.
I'm saying she ain't gotta be. You want to
have someone you. No, it's not even about a 10 or a 9 or an 8.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There you go.
Let's just say that.
So you like
no such thing as ugly. All right?
Yeah, okay. You like.
There's no such
so
thing as
obviously,
ugly.
you want somebody that you're attracted to physically.
Okay.
Obviously, that's a given. And then the vibe gotta be right. The personality has to be on par with what you want as far as in somebody. Like, obviously, there's gonna be certain stuff that you may not. But you take that. You don't throw the baby with the bathwater. You be like, all right, cool. I can deal with that bullshit. If there's more than one red flags continuously, you're just like, you gotta check. So that's my thing. My thing is, like, sometimes it's more than one red flags. Sometimes it's one big ass fucking 1 football field red flag. Like, it's just, I'm just like, whoa. Nah.
I mean, if it's that, then I mean, look, sis, I've enjoyed myself, but I don't think it's gonna work.
That's not being picky. That's just being very specific in what you want to deal with and what you choose to not deal with.
Not being
like, I'm not gonna
picky,
put up with some. You're not gonna sit there and tell me some shit.
Out.
Yeah, you're not gonna sit there and talk to me in that kind of way, and you don't even know me like that. Like, I'm out. Like, no, like you're like, nah, bitch had a bad day. Nah, bitch had a bad day. Bitch won't tell you to me crazy. Like, I'm about to no. Like, so that's my thing. It's like I've been on dates. Nice, real cool, and the last thing before the night is over, and I'm just like, oh shit, they done fucked the whole thing up. Like one thing, and I'm just like, damn.
So one thing could fuck up a bad night.
Yes.
What is that one thing?
It depends on what it is specifically. I like it. Just depends on what that person does. It could be something that they say.
But I thought it was one thing. If it's that,
I don't think one thing can fuck up a night.
I'm saying it can be. It depends on what that person, what that one thing is. Like if it's something they said, they did, or they do, or how they feel.
Okay, so there's
like,
one thing for each of those actions that is just like the end all for you.
Yeah, I can't be specific and say what it is, but I'm saying like if I see it and it happens,
you'll know it.
I can be on a date with a chick and then we having a good time and then we get outside. She's like, yeah, I just love Trump and how he's locking all those people in cages. And just like, whoa, what the fuck you do? That's political.
That's something different.
That's what I'm saying. So it can be one thing.
That's
so you
dark.
can't, but that's just her stance on a political thing.
But obviously, but I'm saying that's
dark.
That's not just a political stance. That's also a personal thing. It's a moral stance now. That political stance is not a moral stance.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, how does she feel? That's how she feels about those people that are being persecuted. It goes into more. Or it can be some shit like, oh, you're leaving out. And she's like, you know, I like a guy who can get a little freaky with another guy every now and then. I'm sorry, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some guys like that. Like, guys that can, like...
that freak band.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there can be little stuff that they do or say, and it's just like... Damn, you just ruined the whole thing. I thought it was, and I've had that before.
But I mean,
those are different occasions, though. Those are like off the wall.
But I'm saying,
if y'all having a conversation about something wild, and she say that's what she'd like to see, that's not her telling you that you have to.
That's different. But I'm saying, but if that's like, if she's like, that's my preference in a guy, it's just like, So we just wasted the whole time because I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's not how I feel. Yeah,
not really though, because sometimes preference change. Like you could tell her that's not something you into, and if she likes you, her preference can change after that.
But that's time for that. Yeah, that's you need time for that.
A preference. No, not even that. A preference is someone already deciding that this is what I want. It's not. You can't really change someone's preference if they've been living with that choice for their entire life. If I've decided I like,
if they like you, they can. That preference can change.
If they like you, they would. They listen. If a woman like you, she's willing to change as much as she can. For you. Just like if we like a woman.
Let's not be naive now. Let's not be naive.
When you like somebody,
people aren't just gonna. I'm not gonna change for anyone. I'm not just gonna change who I am for someone because.
Shaq, there's certain things you have to compromise about yourself. For somebody who you love. You get that,
I think there's a difference between compromise and changing. You can compromise, but you're not going to change me.
But isn't compromise
you can accept
changing something?
No.
Right.
A compromise is fundamental ground. You can accept me. You can accept that, and then that's fine. But now, accepting that comes with a new territory. Okay, well, maybe I can still have my cake and eat it too on the side. There's certain things that goes into all that shit with people. Like, one thing I don't like when I'm talking to a chick, and the first thing she, we'll just be talking, and she's like, okay, so how tall are you? Or maybe I'll go, how tall are you? And I'm just, when a chick says that, I just be like, yeah, we could just.
Yeah, I'm short.
Yeah, no, not even that. But it's like, I don't really have a care about that, but it's like, okay. Women, I've seen women be super preferential about guys that about their physical look, or like something like a height. I'm not 5'2", but I'm not 6'5". You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'8". 5'8" and a half if you want to say. It's about that regular height. Whatever.
Trying to throw the half away. You ain't low.
It's probably 8 and a half. I'm just saying, but that's like the regular, that's a regular height, like almost like your average 25 to 30-year-old guy, whatever the case might be. A woman is, the first time she can say, okay, are you over 6 feet? No, I'm not, ma. Okay, we can't do this. So automatically, everything that he can do for you has just gone out the window because he's not tall enough for you. Meanwhile, this chick is sitting at 5'2". So my thing is like, her number one thing on that list is he got to be able to be taller than me so I can look up to him. I don't care if he can beat me, smack me. I don't care if he's a cheater. I don't care if he's a whore. He got to be able to be taller than me because I that's my main thing right there.
See,
so that bothers me right
weird
there.
with them because it's like if you 5'2" and I'm 5'8", I'm already taller.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
So,
but and so when I see shit like that preference that heighten so much, I'll be like when they make it a real thing. Like I need a guy that's like taller than me. It's like you need a guy. You don't need a guy that supports you, protects you, cares for you, loves you. That's honest with you. You need a guy that's just taller than you.
He's got to be taller.
Yeah, so you can see all the bitches in the world. That basically
so he can see over you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I never got that. So you'll never find me being a stickler, like putting that stigma on a woman, like you gotta have this thing about everything else. I'll never do that
because that's different.
That's what I'm saying.
It's different for you.
But
you do have that fact. You do have that thing though. That
no,
would be like,
I don't have. No, I don't have that one thing I would put over everything. I don't have that. I don't ask you to be super in shape or super curvy or super big. Or I don't have that one physical or that one main thing. No, I don't. I don't. I can date a chick that like.
Why you doing that?
Cause he lying.
How am I lying?
What he lying about?
So you could date a chick that's not like her body not up to par.
What do you mean, like curvy?
Ass. Yeah.
Ass. Yeah, I can slim chick. No, I can. If I'm physically attracted to you, listen. If I'm physically attracted to you and sexually attracted to you, you don't have. That don't mean that you have like. There's not only a nice shaped girl that I've seen chicks that are look sexually attracted, that are nice body, not super curvy or nothing like that. My thing is, I'm not stigma.
There's nothing there.
No, it was a fast screen TV. I'm not watching that TV. That's what I'm saying. Like that's it right there. But that's not like a thing that I'm putting over a woman. Like that's some just you can grow into that your physique. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk to a nigga and be like, yo, I need you to gain like 5 inches in the next 2 days. Like nah. Different. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a certain things, discrepancies that you can like tweak and work with. But I feel like sometimes women just like, even with the beard thing too. You gotta have a like. They do too much.
Don't do that. Don't
I'm saying though, like I'm saying.
Don't put the beard in there.
It's the same. Even some women be like I need a guy that's like he gotta have a 6-pack ab or something like that. Like, it's like come on, like all guys aren't built that way. So like it's just certain stuff that I feel like you shouldn't like really stigmatize over people. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. So you say all this to say that you don't do that?
No, I don't. I don't have a main thing.
But you have a specific.
I have a preference for people, but I don't have a stigma that I specifically like this.
Right. So if
this
it's
is
not
my
a
all
stigma,
me.
you should be able to work through whatever the issue is that's keeping you from that person, and work through that, and still be able to see that this is overall.
Yeah, but
great
that's not a stigma thing. That's like okay, you gotta have this thing that I click with, that I vibe with. It's not really a stigma thing.
So what I'm saying to you is right. Sometimes the vibe ain't right away. Like the connection is not right away.
Sometimes you gotta build
I'm telling you, you got to get there first. Like I feel like for you,
but
you're getting lost somewhere and trying to find it. Like
but also first date, you're not gonna really you're not gonna know nothing about a person. So if that off the first date that throws you away, then why go on the first date? Like you gotta.
But not even that though.
Second date, like you really gotta get to know this person. You just can't go off of.
But it's a vibe that if I'm not feeling it on the first, if I'm not feeling this, if I feel like I don't want to be here right now, then I don't want to be here right now. I gotta feel it. Like, and how do I feel it? If I'm interacting with this person on the level where we're clicking, like if I'm asking her a question, I'm talking to her, and she's like responding. So what about you? And it's a comment. I've literally been on this with chick. What? Okay, I'm gonna give it a second day to try. So far, the first day is not going. So where you from? Over there.
Okay, well then
so,
that's different.
You know what I'm saying? That's
different.
But I'm saying. So if that's how it is the first time, why would I want to? What about that first situation, that vibe, has treated me to want to try this again?
Right. That's something different. But
that's what I'm talking about.
Right. So say if she did that, you know what I'm saying? The date over. Y'all go y'all separate ways, and then she texts you like, "Listen, I want to apologize. That's not me. I've
different.
Right, but I'm saying. So you saying that
I haven't had that.
Nobody had. Oh, so it's just been straight up. It's just been straight up.
So after the apology, would you give her a second chance?
Yes, obviously. That's me understandable. But if it's some weird vibe that I'm not clicking and then we just got some person, then it's just I don't like it right from the person.
Straight bland.
Yeah,
like,
it's just.
I get that.
I just can't. That's clear. The
That's
vibe
different.
so that's clear that my gut feeling it didn't click off the first one right there. So I can't. There's nothing I can do to you. I've also had women I've talked to, and like it'll be cool, and then they said some shit midway through the conversation or done some shit that I'll just be like, okay. And then now I let it go.
But it's like it depends on what that thing is for you, because I just feel like sometimes you just be super judgy.
Nah, it's
Like,
not
you
about
just
being
be
super
super
judgy.
judgy, bro.
Sometimes I just it's not things I don't say, but it's like I can read up on stuff. Like you read up on stuff. You guys might be more like open to shit. Me, I am, but that valve also has a limit. It's like okay,
but then you can also just tell that person, like, hey, I wasn't feeling that. See how they react to that.
and then now that's an argument. I'm not gonna argue with somebody I don't know.
No, it's not an argument. Something like that, it shouldn't be an argument. People gotta take constructive criticism sometimes. Like, hey,
You gotta be able to
Perfect
talk about how you feel.
Yeah,
perfect example.
I feel like that was just
there you go.
Perfect example.
If you can't tell a person how you feel and they can't react the right way, then okay, then you
Perfect
go. You're not
example.
supposed to be
Get
together.
out of
Perfect
there.
example.
Get out of
It's
there.
crazy that I even reminisce because of this chick. I forgot she even existed.
What's the name?
That's how I don't even know her name. I forgot her name. Like this is years ago. That's my first example.
So many, huh? So many,
Yeah,
huh?
it's
many
a
of
lot.
them, right?
Like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
A lot
You
of
hear that?
failures. A lot of
You hear that?
failures.
Nah,
though. Like,
yeah,
I'm still
that's
out here
Sam
fucking-
Bricks, the ladies'
But listen,
man.
this she. What I do remember, she was Honduran, I think, and mixed or some shit like that. But I forgot her name. Anyhow, really beautiful chick. We're talking, and something comes up where she's like, damn. First, I've been single for a very long while. This is not heavy. It's. It was like 4 years. Like I've been single like for a long while.
It's sad.
Like wow.
It's sad.
Sometimes I feel like it's only like been a year, but this is crazy. Like it's a lot of people I've talked to. Like, goddamn. But anyhow, so beautiful chick, really attractive chick, talking whatever, and then she says something about. I think we're having a conversation, and then I'm like, well, you know, that's not really. She says something towards when we were having a discussion. I'm like, well, what you just said isn't like this isn't gonna forward this conversation. You're kind of just like deadening it and just like that's not a forwarded move. She's like, well, I don't care. I was like, huh? Like, what you mean you don't care? She's like, well, I don't care. I was like, well, I'm talking to you here, and I'm trying to get somewhere with you with this. Yeah, I understand that, but that's not what the person that I am. Okay. So I'm like, well, I'm like, you do understand that by saying that and just folding your hands and being that right there means that you're kind of stagnating yourself, one, and then you're stagnating how I feel you and where we are at right now and whatever this is. Well, I don't care. I am. Maybe one day I'll become that kind of person, but right now that's not who I am. I don't want to be that.
You know what
That right there, I was like,
you know what you do then?
It's been real.
Can I get the bill?
And so I was just like,
you got what you paid for.
and this is the thing. The person said, no, we weren't on a date. We were texting. The person
I
was
was
like,
just saying.
the person was like, she literally said, this is who I am. I know I can do that, and I know I can try to be more of that, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna stay this way. Maybe one day, but right now, this is who I am. And it was just like, okay, yeah. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to control you. But what you're choosing right now is to create a stagnated vacuum in where we at right now. And for your life and for how you view me, I can't stand still with you. If that's your... And if you know... And she admitted to knowing that, yes, maybe if I tried this or doing this, it would better this, but I'm choosing not to. So that was what really fucked me up. I was just like, wow.
That's the type of person she is.
So stuff like that.
The exit over here, right?
Stuff like that. You don't get a second chance from me. And I was just like, yeah, this is cool.
That's understandable.
So
that right there
I get shit like that a lot. Like little stuff like...
see nothing wrong with you leaving then.
Yeah, I guess like often. Little stuff like that. So I don't think it's me being picky. I think I come across a lot of bad batch. And so because of my standard... Like, it's different now if I come across somebody and she's like, well, I don't like that you do that. You know what? Cool. You don't like it? Here's what we're going to do. We can find a way. How about I've tried to compromise with someone before. Like, I can try to not do this, or I can work on, or I can get rid of this if it means that it'll keep you around.
Let me ask you a question. Do you go into these situations knowing that you're not the only one that's been hurt?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't go into any situation thinking about hurt. I don't.
No, but that does play a fact.
It does, but I don't.
How a woman reacts to you, how she treats you, how she responds to things, that matters too.
Sometimes you gotta see about like the situation that she's coming out of. It could be abusive. It could have been.
It could.
Heartbroken. Like,
but I never. What I'm saying.
Unless they tell us.
I I'm saying I don't go into it the way it hurt. I go into it wanting to know you. Whatever comes of it comes of it. But I want to understand you. So that's why one thing I do, I ask a lot of questions. Y'all know this. I just ask a lot of fucking questions. The reason why I've always been that kind of person is because I have to know. And I don't like making assumptions, and I don't like going off on the wrong foot. So I assume sometimes we all do, but I also ask a lot of questions. If you negate me of asking questions and inquiring, then I leads me to make assumptions. If I don't make assumptions, that leads me to not knowing anything. That means I gotta shut my mouth. If I gotta shut my mouth and be here, then there's no point in me being here.
Listen, I'm trying to know you. I want to know everything, so
I gotta know what's up. So and so if I'm inquiring and you're kind of not helping me along this process of knowing anyway, or you're not holding my hand along,
because the last nigga I did that with, he just used that to his advantage, and he just hurt me. So now I'm not willing to open up as quickly as you.
So what do I need to do in order to get from here?
We gotta work it out. We gotta do more things. We gotta go out.
So I'm comfortable with that. As long as I know that that's the end game, then let's do that. I'm comfortable with that.
Are you really?
I don't do that.
Are you really?
No, I am. I'm willing to put the work in. If you tell me that, yo, at the end of the day, you're gonna get this far with me, but this is the work you gotta put in, fine. In some way, you're making a promise to me, and I can deal with that. At least you're giving me something to do. You give me a
patience.
Yeah. If you give me a ladder to climb, I will climb it for you. As long as you tell me what's on top of that ladder. No, real talk. But if you don't give me a ladder, listen to me. If you don't give me a ladder,
what size hat you wear, yo?
No, listen to me. If you don't give me that ladder and you don't tell me what's at the top of that ladder, I'm not willing to climb for that. Because I don't know what's at the top there. I'm not gonna waste my time going up there and I don't know. I can't. Give me something.
It's cap.
No, really. This is what it is. Give me something to go for, and I'll.
Okay, so is there somebody right now that's giving you something to go for?
They don't even exist. Alright,
okay.
so
right.
So
right.
that's about it, right?
I think he's like a what, 7.5? 7.5 around here. Yeah.
No,
there's
maybe an 8.
Maybe an 8.
There's no 8.
I'm focusing on me.
I got a bunch of caps for you.
Right, I'll focus it on me. Mm-hmm. But that's just my take on that. Maybe we can find that on our next episode. But real talk though. I want to thank you guys for tuning in.
Word.
We did Justice for Breonna Taylor.
Justice for Breonna Taylor.
We definitely gotta give her. We still on that. We still saying her name all season.
All day.
Till they fucking arrest those cops. So we still gonna be going on that.
I heard something about that too. God damn, where did I see that at? Where I see it at? I think they was talking about something like that. Shit.
One of the cops were fired?
Nah, I think they was looking into an indictment. I think they was looking into it. Something like that.
There's a law that they're saying that they're not that because that's protecting the killers. But we're gonna get into that more so on the next episode. Definitely for sure about that. But justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Jacob Blake, George Floyd. We're gonna be keeping update with all of that right there. Like I said, rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives on September 11th. Mm-hmm. Our condolences.
Heartfelt.
Definitely check us out on YouTube. Spotify, Google Podcasts, Roku TV, on Empower TV, Roku channel, Empower TV, Black Owned Television. Definitely check us out. We will be having our season 1 update very, very soon as well. Right now it's just season 2 episodes. So definitely, and also a few more things coming our way very, very soon that we want to get going. So definitely check us out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all follow and subscribe to us on YouTube and Instagram. With that being said, it's your boy Sam Briss. I'm out.
It's your boy Twizzy Rex.
Jimmy Hustle.
And until next time, peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
That's it.